Everyone, my name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 3 of the Sydney, Australia Space Jam Premier Level Online, more descriptors than I remember, tournament. I'm ready to have a good time. Hopefully you are. My co-host for this round is
Paul Olson. Happy to be here. Excited to cover some X-Wing, and man, do we have some FO on FO violence for you.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. I'm excited to see how it shakes out. But before we go too far, I want to remind you guys that this round and all of our rounds for all of these Space Jams have been brought to you by Curl Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code SpaceJam2020 to get 20% off. And just shout out to Curl Paw, has been a supporter and a sponsor of Gold Squadron for, I think, going on like almost 3 years right now, and has supported all of our premier level content. So just shout out to them. And if you're ready to make sure that you are swagged out for when we get to get back in stores playing, use that coupon code now. It expires on Monday, so don't don't wait too long. All right, and let's go ahead and have Paul break down these lists.
Sure. So we've got, again, 2 FO lists facing off. We got Dale Bennion and Brack Lee. Dale has brought 3 silencers, which is pretty exciting. So he's got a naked Kylo, he's got blackout without maneuver, so potentially getting a couple of different ways to remove defensive dice when shooting at you. And then finally the initiative one, Sinar Jameis Engineer. Very beefy list with all those evade dice and focus. Kylo obviously the hardest to take down because he's got those extra built-in force mods. And on the opposite side, we have Brack Lee, who is running Kylo Ren with hate, so a little chunkier. And you don't see this a lot, Midnight. Yes, that's right. We saw a lot in 1.0, but not so much in 2.0. With Proud Tradition and Pattern Analyzer, which is a really fun little combo. After doing a red maneuver, you basically get 2 actions, one of those being focus. And then Stealth Device, making her a lot harder to hit. Of course, Midnight's ability, if she's got an enemy target locked, no dice can be modified by that enemy ship, which is slightly different than the 1.0 version. So Juke doesn't work with Midnight anymore. And then finally, Quick Draw with Proud Tradition and Pattern Analyzer, again taking advantage of that after taking a red maneuver, getting basically 2 actions. And then Special Forces Gunner to get that extra attack dice when shooting out the front, or being able to shoot front and back if on either side. And then Fire Control System to be able to get that reroll as well. So interesting here. We have a little bit of pilot skill overlap. Initiative, however, has gone to Brack, I believe.
Yep, he has the token.
As Dale had the bid. So that means that Dale's Kylo and Blackout are going to be moving after Brack's Kylo. However, Brack's Midnight and Quick Draw will obviously move after everyone. We're already seeing some action take place here. Yeah. Interesting setup with all the ships kind of scattered around the board. This almost looks like an Aces High match, to be honest. And you've got Blackout lining up Midnight lining up directly across from Blackout, rather. Midnight going out and barely grabbing that lock on Blackout already, which is huge. Midnight not usually wanting to spend that lock to make sure that ability continues to trigger, and then utilizing things like focus tokens or evades for that offense or defensive mod, and that stealth device even going to make it harder to crack through Midnight.
That's
Typically,
right.
You don't see a lot of Midnight because if a lot of ships are shooting at her, her ability doesn't trigger that often. But with a 3v3, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, let's go ahead and for those of you who don't know what Midnight does, we can read it here. So it says, while you defend or perform an attack, if you have a lock on that enemy ship, that ship's dice cannot be modified. So you just don't get to do anything. You roll them and hope that they were good.
Yep.
Midnight did shoot and whiffed. It was 2 blanks. They didn't even roll defense dice.
Oh, I missed that. We've already seen dice roll, and I missed it. Ugh.
Well, and before we go too far, I know we had that first whiff right there, but people can get their bets in right now. Play Choose Your Champion. The polls are open, so go ahead and get your bets in now. Exclamation point bet. You put a space. You type 1 or 2. 1 is for Dale, 2's for Brack, and then you put a space in how many points you want to wager. Check your balance with exclamation point points.
So I'm 1-1 so far.
Just 1-1.
And I think this is so tough. But based on how they set up, which is a little bit of information, I think I'm going to actually go with Brack.
Yeah.
Picking Midnight here. Because I think if Brack can be able to take out one of these ships on the board, Midnight's value just keeps getting better and better as less ships are on the board. So being able to initiative kill with those I6s, one of the I5s as well, could be a big deal. And then also, Kylo Ren is an excellent blocker. So being able to Brack using his Kylo Ren to block Dale's Kylo or Blackout, I think is going to be a big part of this game as well. We'll see if Dale can use his Jameis Engineer, or SJE, as I like to call it, to the same effect. Now, man, the ships are just super spread out right now.
They are. They're going to take a little bit while to engage for sure. But one of the things we were talking about before, during the break, was when you bring an ace, right, or a ship that you intend to be an ace, and you lose the initiative roll, like Brack, even though he's got Kylo Ren, and usually the role played by Kylo is some type of ace. You're moving after lower initiative ships. But in this case, you have the opposing Kylo Ren and the Blackout moving after your Kylo is moving. You got to change the role. You got to change the function in which Kylo plays. You got to become a blocker. You got to make sure that you're taking up space and not allowing your opponent to get the arc dodge. Like, you want to make sure that you're getting shots. You got to be, I think, a little bit more calculating with your maneuvers, because when you move second, you just get so much information, and with the maneuverability on these silencers, you could really take advantage of moving second. But I think if you can use some of the obstacles as cover in order to take up some of the space where your opponent would normally boost their barrel roll, and just a couple of clever moments, you should be okay.
So I really liked Dale's move here with Blackout, getting behind that gas cloud. However, Midnight's target lock basically nullifies that gas cloud. So I was a little surprised Midnight didn't try a barrel roll there just to get a shot. Although I'm sure wanting to keep the lane open, because then you do have to worry about the gas cloud the next turn. So that could be why there. But Dale doing an excellent job of looking like, hey, I'm going to go after Midnight. To hopefully make her go a little slower, and then looking like starting to close the net on quick draw to shoot off those shields all in one go, which is definitely the way to go. Quick draw's ability, after you lose a shield, you can spend a charge. If you do, you can form a bonus primary attack. So if you're able to make quick draw lose multiple shields in one go, you're not able to use that ability as effectively, as opposed to losing one shield per round, for example.
Man, like that, the use... Oh, we have a shot here. Range 3 through the rock probably doesn't do anything, but you
Against
get to try.
Kylo, probably not, but you never know.
You get to hope. You get to try. You need 3 in order to have a real chance of hitting.
Yeah, roll 3 natty hits. Kylo rolls all focuses, and then you get a damage. Got to re-roll that one. That's out of the box. There you go. Sweet. 2 hits. All right. Yeah, so no way to even do damage to Kylo here. I guess all blanks, maybe? Yeah, that could have plinked, whatever.
Plink, plank, plunk.
Into Kylo. Exactly. But Kylo's safe. Red Kylo, and is that purple? Yeah, red.
There's
and
an
purple
opportunity
Kylo.
there to trigger. I'll show you the dark side. I think I would have done it right there.
I think so too, yeah. What do you do on quick draw, though? Because Panicked Pilot is typically the go-to, but with Proud Tradition, yeah.
I mean, it still locks down the maneuverability, so I think I'd still go Panicked. Or Blinded.
Yep,
actually, Blinded.
Fair.
Blinded is bad for quick draw as well.
Yeah, Blinded is probably the way to go. Yep, that's true. I'm curious to see how Dale is going to, or if he's going to, try to trigger that Proud Tradition to flip it over to False Tradition. Because I think you'd rather do that earlier rather than later, to take a crit damage or spend a focus token when you have shields. Because False Tradition saying, yeah, all your focus actions are now red feels really bad.
All of them. The worst.
Yep. Yeah, so Blackout, kind of an interesting spot here. I think wanting to get away from Midnight as much as possible because there is a lock. They're trying to get that outmaneuver to trigger if possible. I think Dale needs to start trying to bully Brack's Kylo with his Blackout, because outmaneuver on Blackout is really scary for Kylo. Kylo does not like losing evade dice.
Yep, so with if you can get both of the moves off, you get Blackout's ability and outmaneuver, that's -2 agility. 1 agility Kylo, sad.
Yeah, he'd be very sad, yes.
Now, quick question to the chat out there. I got to reach out to my chat. Any first-time viewers? Anybody out there?
Good question.
I'm just curious. I'm always just curious. Like, I know that we do have influxes of people. Maybe people new to X-Wing. We're starting at a different time for this major event. Maybe they just haven't joined us before. Welcome, Unlatchy, to the X-Wing fam, Gold fam.
Nice. Welcome.
If you guys have any questions, just make sure you let us know. We are more than willing to help. We got a lot of also helpful players in the chat as well if you have any questions about interactions.
Yeah, this I'm curious to see target priority for Brack here. With 2 I6s, he's going to be able to reposition. Not a ton, he's got that barrel roll, but to see, all right, who is he going to prioritize? If I'm Brack, I think Blackout's scarier than the other Kylo Ren for a couple reasons. One, we already talked about that outmaneuver, but 2, he's easier to kill because he doesn't have those force charges that Kylo does. So those seem to be the easiest points to potentially take. And again, because he's scarier than the other Sinar. Now, the Sinar here looks to be giving up his flank to Kylo, but Brack didn't turn in, so no cause for problem. Taking a lock. I like that. I like taking that lock.
Get it now while you can.
Know you're not going to get shot at? Grab that mod.
Somebody was asking about just double-checking Blackout's trigger. You can't forget, because of Blackout's ability, the person still also gets the obstruction die. So the text is kind of convoluted and weird, but the reason is because of the obstruction die.
Yep.
So it nets to -2 with outmaneuver. Technically, it's -3 + 1 because of the thing, but nets to -2.
Yep, unless you're shooting at the Scum Han
yeah,
in
true.
his Falcon.
Yes.
It's like the one corner case that's super weird. But, great move there. I like that a lot. Going in for the block on quick draw. We'll see if Brack called that and did like a too hard away.
Paul, I got breaking news.
Ooh.
Breaking news.
Lay it on me.
Right now. So we do have a new viewer here. Shout out to Hua. Says, thanks, Dion. Big fan. But being in China, it's a bit hard to follow you live. So thanks for organizing this event. You're welcome. And I think you are the first person I'm aware who's watched GSP in China. So welcome, fam.
That is awesome.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Add it to the map.
Welcome. All right, so Midnight, screaming in here, trying to keep pressure on Blackout. Already has that lock on Blackout as well, but shifting it over to Kylo. I don't hate that. Kylo can't use that force.
That's right. What force?
Defense.
You are just a regular silencer now.
Yeah. Kylo doesn't really like Midnight either, I suppose. Hey, and there's the too hard away. Yep, called it. Called the block coming in. I really like that move by Brack. The SF, yes, does have the arc facing forward, but that's fine because it's got a white rotate linked to every single action it has. So grabbing a target lock to trigger fire control system, really like that. Putting it on Blackout, very cool. I assume going to link to rotate. There's the link to rotate. And it looks like Quick Draw is only going to be taking one shot, if at all, from Blackout. That's really close. but we'll see. So I mean, I like Dale's moves. I like Brack's moves. Both of these players are really playing well right out of the gate, which is pretty exciting. As spread out as they were, they really closed down to one spot in the board. So here we go. Some shots coming in. This will be quick draw into Blackout. Does have that fire control system with that target lock. Oh, that's what you want to see with that type of roll. 2 hits and reroll 1 without having to spend that lock. Rerolling the 1 and 3 hits. That is textbook for quick draw right now. And I do not believe... Well, Blackout does have a focus token. Okay. So at least some type of defensive mod. And that's our first plank of damage. Blackout taking a shield.
First blood.
Yeah, and it still feels like an Aces High event, doesn't it? With all those silencers on the board. Oh man! For those of you who aren't familiar, Aces High is a different format of X-Wing, where you can have multiple players on the same board, more than 2. So like 4 or 6. I've seen it as high as 8. That was a little crowded, but those players are basically doing a Hunger Games type event where it's every man for themselves, and you score points for being the first person to take damage on a ship. A lot of cool other different rules.
All right, so here's
it looks like Midnight shot at Kylo.
Yeah, he's taking the shot here. 2 dice and 2 hits.
That's what you want.
That's probably doing damage.
Yeah, Kylo's gonna have to natty out here with 2 evades.
Remember, Midnight's ability does not allow him to modify his dice. Oh, got the natties. Got the natties. Shout out to DeRoche here for gifting a tier 1 sub to Hua, our new person live. It's awesome. DeRoche doing the work.
Do you want to talk about all the advantages of subbing?
Sure, yeah. When you sub, you get to watch with no ads, which is always awesome. And then also you have instant access to all of our VODs. So you can watch things right away, right after they've been posted, rather than having to wait for us to put them on YouTube. And of course, if you're a sub, you're helping out the channel.
Oh yeah, I like going back and watching videos myself. And yes, I am a subscriber.
So I'll show you the dark side did trigger there real quick, and it is the panicked pilot.
Yes, it did. Yep. So giving a panicked pilot to Midnight. For those of you who are unaware, as far as how I'll show you the dark side works, basically if a crit ever goes through onto Midnight, the damage card that is selected on top of that, in this case panicked pilot, would actually go under the shield and be committed to the hull right away. So in that case, Midnight would be getting 2 stress if a crit was ever uncanceled. So that, and Midnight doesn't want to see that. Not to mention, that would mean that the stealth device goes away as well, because that is taking damage. So yeah, I think a good use of that, I'll show you the dark side. As Kylo didn't take any damage.
And you couldn't use the Force for anything else anyway.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep, and as we're waiting here, I want to remind you guys that we do have weekly content here on Gold Squadron. Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and while during the summer, probably on Saturdays too, while we've had these events these last couple weekends, next Saturday we have the Gold Squadron Build Cast, where we return back to building our Lego A-Wing. We have a collector series A-Wing that we were working on, and just hanging out. Also, guys, if you haven't watched the Paincast on Thursday, just seeing what Luke Carrington, who is the host of Gold Squadron Paincast, what he works on as prizes for you guys. So right now, they're actually working on a Mad Max style resistance bomber. It is amazing.
So
like, he's molded like chains and like fire on it. It is sick. So you get to watch people. You get to watch Luke do this, but also he talks about how to do it yourself, so you can learn how to do it. So you can either just enjoy the conversation, enjoy the education, paint along, or just hang out, like whatever you want. Right now in the chat, if you're a Paincast head, let me know right now. Let's get a Luke in the chat if you love some Paincast.
I do recommend tuning in. It has given me an appreciation of what goes into these amazing paint jobs that I'll see other players bring to events I can't paint myself. And also, if you're trying to get into the hobby, you aren't going to find somebody better to learn from out there. And it's content that's out there. Learn from it. Everyone's talking about what new hobbies are you learning during the COVID quarantine. Well, there you go. Take up painting. It's. I mean, if you got nothing else to do, it's not a bad choice.
There it is.
All right, so we're into the next round. The SJE went ahead and did, I think, a 2-bank around that corner there. Focused for a mod, putting pressure on Midnight, saying, all right, Midnight, if you're going to follow on the tail of Blackout or Kylo, I'm going to make you pay by getting, hopefully, a juicy range 1 shot there. Midnight might swap blocks just on the defense to make sure that focus token can't be spent there. Kylo coming in, putting some more pressure on that SJE as well. It's I love this like cat and mouse game. There's several of them going on right now during this game. So yeah, really fascinating to see both players kind of choosing targets and changing target priorities as these are going. Dale's, Kylo, and Blackout were both stressed, so they're probably going to do 2 hards. It looks like Kylo's turning away. Maybe not loving that Midnight was on his tail. We might see a boost here. Yep. He did boost before taking another action, so he's not going to be able to take another one. Maybe trying to stay unstressed for a K turn next turn, for example, so we can flip around.
Mm-hmm.
Blackout also doing a 2 hard away, so not going to have any guns on target, most likely, this round. So focusing and then linking that into a boost as well. So kind of a disengage round, which I'll tell you what, that's one of the hardest skills, I think, to grasp and understand the importance of, which is disengaging. It's so tempting to say, no, I just want to keep my guns on target, guns on target, guns on target.
Imagine
but then
how
you potentially lose mods.
Imagine how different game 2 would have been if we would have had some more disengagement.
Oh yeah,
right? Would have been really, really different. And really quickly here, answering a question, Lebo24 asks, given Blackout's ability, would you prefer him or Zuckuss with his ability? So I'm not sure if that's a fair comparison because Zuckuss has that extra... oh no, I'm thinking about Forlom. So Zuckuss adds 1... You could roll an additional attack die and give an additional defense die to your opponent. But I think the net... Blackout ends up winning the math there, but it's more conditional. Right? Zuckuss, you can do it any time, and Blackout is only with the cloud. So I think my answer would be Zuckuss, just because you'd actually be able to use it more.
So interesting. I don't know if that was a missed trigger or not, but Quick Draw just did a 3 sloop, used Pattern Analyzer to barrel roll before gaining that stress, and then could have used Proud Tradition
to get the focus.
To take a focus, but didn't.
Yep, that's.
So I'm not sure. Just thought it wasn't going to have range and it didn't matter or what, but.
So for those who are not sure what Proud Tradition is, it says, while you have 2 or fewer stress tokens, you may perform focus actions even while stressed. So that is what would have let him do that focus even while stressed. Because remember, Pattern Analyzer doesn't replace your perform action step.
Some shots coming in here. Looks like from Midnight into Blackout. Rolled 1 hit. And Blackout gets the evade. Midnight not doing a lot of damage. And Midnight doesn't, right?
No,
typically, because it's hard to get that range 1 shot to punch through damage. Midnight could be in trouble here from this SJE. Kylo trying to protect Midnight. 2 crits. All right, decent roll. 2 shields, though. Oh, he's got the lock, so he's going to reroll that blank. I like it.
And hit, crit.
That's okay, I guess.
Seems like a solid roll.
3 evade, though. They can be fickle. Man, I think you hang on and just take the damage. That chooses to spend the focus. doesn't want to take damage.
Cagey,
okay, I can appreciate
cagey.
that. Oh, so Midnight switched. I missed this. Midnight switched her lock to the SGE.
Oh, okay.
The SJE. So that's why that lock on Blackout is from Quick Draw. So if you're not going to be able to spend the focus on offense anyway, you might as well spend it on defense. So that was the right decision. My mistake, Dale.
All right, so here is the Sayonara Jameis going into Midnight.
4v4 with that stealth device.
Hit, crit, crit. That
and
is a
there's some crits.
solid start.
And that could trigger I'll show you the dark side. If that gets through, that would be a big deal.
Is the stealth device gone?
It is.
That device is broke.
So
Done, drop,
that's
broke.
going to be stealth device gone. That's going to be a shield gone. That's going to be half points on Midnight. And it's going to be I'll show you the dark side with the panicked pilot.
Oof.
Okay. I may have chosen poorly with my choose your champion.
All right, well, there it is.
Man.
Half points there.
Dale did a great job of baiting Midnight to come in after those two aces while putting pressure on with the SJE for a juicy shot. And it paid off, but that's what you need to do.
Absolutely. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Luke is here. Luke?
I was just waiting for you to finish up your conversation. I didn't want to interrupt.
Yes.
Oh, no worries. Luke! So I was talking during the last planning phase about that bomber you guys are working on the Paincast. Dude, that thing, I've only been able to peek in because I've been doing that construction work, but it looks amazing.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious and great. We've spent I guess the better part of 2 weeks on this now. It is if you guys haven't seen it, you can go on to the previous Twitch videos from Thursday and go take a look at it. But we are painting up this. We modded this resistance bomber with a whole bunch of like 3D printed speakers, and we green stuffed all this chain and fire and spikes and everything. And it is something. I'm not sure that it's good, but it is
amazing. I love it so much.
It's very much unique. The chat did mention that this might be the hardest ship for you to physically be able to actually send to a person. That you're gonna be worried about breaking things.
You know, with enough foam and bubble wrap, we could figure it out. It'll be a huge box, absolutely massive box.
Yeah. So obviously, someone from Australia will win this.
Of course. I'll have to reduce the radius for that giveaway. Make it like drivable distance only.
Drivable distance. Oh, you can only win in person at an event. So, all right. So, what do we have here tonight? Looks like we have some.
Yeah, this is our third round. We had some scum against Imperial with some gunboats. The gunboats went down tragically, and then we had some Imperial Rack mini swarm against some Jedi and Padme. Rack was able to take that, and then this round we have an FO against FO off. Blackout and Kylo, and then an SJE Initiative 1 silencer against Quick Draw, Midnight, which you don't see a lot of, and Kylo with Hate. And Dale, who's flying the Kylo Blackout SJE, is able to move last, so should be able to arc dodge Brack's Kylo. So we'll see if Brack can take advantage of the initiative advantage that he's got with Quick Draw Midnight to put in some pain into Dale. But so far, this has been a really entertaining game. Both players are doing a great job of moving, picking targets, and Dale's done a great job of baiting. Brack's done a great job of calling the moves. Like, I would say this round that just happened probably went to Dale, but the previous round went to Brack. So it's been back and forth already. Great game.
Awesome. I've been doing some furious coding to try and get some special stuff done for everybody on Tabletop Simulator tonight.
Ooh.
And honestly, like, guys, don't tell anybody. Chat, don't tell Dion, but I forgot that this is on. So it'll be on in the background from now on. and I'm gonna hop back and get back to work because I need to get this done so that all of you guys can have super awesome floating animated ships that we can give away next time.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, thanks for checking in, Luke. Love you, man.
Yeah. All right. See you later, guys.
See you, Luke.
Ya.
So I'm guessing, yep, Kylo's doing a barrel roll and then probably going to boost in arc dodging Brack's Kylo here. Pretty textbook ace flying. I think maybe Brack thought that Dale was going to 4K with Kylo instead of doing the one hard.
Yep. Those
so
are the
really good
turns
call
where you
there.
just end up feeling so silly. You're like, well, I just gave you the arc dodge.
Yeah. Yep. And Blackout can do the same thing here. Barrel roll out, boost in, and get an outmaneuver shot on Kylo.
Yep. Here it is right now. Kylo short for this world, I think.
Yeah. Ugh. And Kylo's not going to have a shot this round.
'Cause he did not
Yeah, it's going
bump.
to feel bad. But quick draw, I imagine we'll be doing a 3 straight to get back into this fight. And so we'll have a shot on Blackout as well. You want to burn down those shields quick, and so far quick draw has been able to kind of go unimpeded. And if Kylo can tank all these shots, I mean, hate helps. Hate helps a lot. Looks like a dial got disconnected from the ship. So just reconnecting it there. And then I imagine doing the reposition of the barrel roll boost to get the outmaneuver shot on Kylo. I mean, if that's your target, I think that's what you do. There's the barrel.
And stress and the boost.
Ooh.
Oh,
not
you know
gonna
what?
have arc, though, on
It's not
Kylo.
first edition. It's not a back
You're
to
right.
back. First edition, you would have a
Shows you how
shot.
much
Second
I know.
edition, you can't get a shot. I forget.
I knew it was going to be close. That's further away than I thought it'd be.
Oh, all right. Midnight hopping over.
Relieves one stress. And still going to get shot by the SGE. Yep, and then quick draw
Trying to make
Moves
her way
forward.
in.
grabs a focus, I'd imagine. Because he's got a lock on Blackout. And like we were saying, target priority-wise, I think Blackout is who you try to kill first. No mods either. All right. Range 2. Yep, into Blackout. Got that lock for that fire control system reroll.
There we go. So this looking like it should be a good attack. Waiting for all 3 to be rolled. All right. I think you just go ahead and spend the lock. You have a good shot right now. The SGE doesn't have any mods.
Too. He doesn't have any mods. Spends fire control systems for 1. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Wanting to hang on to that. I mean, I can appreciate that. I mean, fire control system is a big deal. Oh, wow.
Triple
Okay,
evades.
good decision
Well,
then.
hey, calculated. Future
Yeah.
told.
Big brain. I mean, man, it's tough to want to spend that lock because you really want that focus for quick draw for defense so that you're able to really take advantage of that built-in ability, being able to shoot twice and having that mod for both shots. So, I mean, I can appreciate it and I can understand why. So Kylo's thinking about taking the Kylo on Kylo violence, but at the same time, you're going to get 2 shots into midnight. Al decides to go on Kylo. Okay.
Yep.
It's a tempting, juicy range 1 shot. I get that.
Force on force.
Yep.
Attack dice
And
usually
no
win this
target
battle.
lock.
All right,
Don't
so
think
that
has a target lock.
nah, no lock out there. So a little bit under average from what you would expect there. You'd at least expect 3 hits. And the force
Yep.
is gonna pull it out there.
Yep. So 1 force, safe. Kylo's not going to get shot at again. He could show the dark side to Kylo, but I don't
I'll
think
show
you
you the
want to
dark
necessarily
side.
spend
No,
both
I'll
force.
show you a dark side.
Yeah, that's right. You just think your dark side is darker. This is a weird. So many silencers on the board right now. All right, so the SGE shooting in midnight. Midnight has the SGE locked, so can't mod dice at all. But who needs mods when you roll 2 hits?
Easy. 2 evades.
And that is 2 evades. A little cocked, but that is, in fact, an evade. The nice thing about TTS, for those of you who don't know, there is no such thing as a cocked dice.
Nope, you just float your hand on top of it.
Yep. Float your hand over it, it'll tell you what the result was. Which I can appreciate, because man, does it stink when a dice like is on a gas cloud or obstacle, but not quite. It's like, is it flat? Is it not? Judge, what do you think?
Yeah.
Do you roll it?
The part I hate is, you know, when we have our stream in person and you guys roll in the box, and it's super hard already in a dice box to get a cocked die, and then when it happens, I'm like, really guys, come on.
Exactly. Whenever I'm rolling in a dice box like that, I will, after rolling, instead of just leaving the dice there, just like slide them over to the side. If they're as far away from other dice as possible. But yeah, there's some advantages to digital X-Wing. I think most people would say they prefer the actual physical tabletop.
Oh, for sure.
But TTS does have its perks.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, we have...
Makes bump super easy.
It makes bump super easy, super convenient. It connects people that normally wouldn't get to play. We were talking about... here's a question for the chat. Those of you who are out there right now, who out there could play in a digital event but wouldn't be able to make it to an in-person event? Because that's a real thing. We had somebody, I think Steve WK was his name, who he has to stay home to take care of his wife, but he could like be on his computer, and he would basically never be able to come out to an X-Wing event, but because of things like Space Jam, he can, which is awesome. Like, it just created created some opportunities. So I think, honestly, after you know, once we're able to get back to in-person X-Wing, we'll definitely go back to like, in-person, you know, league and stuff like that as social distancing ends, and I'll continue flying out. But don't worry, digital, like, you know, we're still gonna figure out a way to get some TTS streams weekly. We're gonna add another day to our schedule most likely, and then also, you know, when there is time for online events and there's space in between in-person events, we're going to be still doing those. So trust me, Gold Squadron and Online X-Wing's not going anywhere.
That's great to hear.
Here's somebody else.
Yeah,
here. Trigo Happy Taco in the chat said, me, I'm a high schooler and I really can't go to major events outside my local area. Well, there you go. Perfect example.
Yep. I actually know him. He's a local Minnesota guy. He's awesome and absolutely true. He ended up playing in his first like major event, quote unquote major. It was a store champ here, and he ended up getting second. He did great, and he's a great pilot on TTS as well. So shout out to Trigger Happy Taco.
Selbert says, waiting for your online NA North Championship. Yeah, so it's not going to be just the North American Championship. It's going to be the Western Hemisphere or the Americas or something like that. I have to come up with a better name. I'm still not convinced about the Hemispheric Championship. Like, I think I like it, but I've gotten a lot of negative feedback on it. I mean, I guess I could just call it whatever I want, and people...
You just need a sexier name, man. Like, I think that's what people want. So,
I mean, the Space Jam was so good. Space Jam was so good.
Space Jam's really good. I love it.
How do I beat that?
Exactly. All right, so the SGE just went straight, took a focus. Based on that, I think we might see some focus fire on quick draw, depending on when quick draw ends up. From a target priority standpoint, I'm not sure if a too hard from Blackout's going to fit over the top of that SJE. So there might be a disengage round here for Blackout. And then Dale's Kylo can go. Yeah, so there's the disengage there. I think that's the right decision.
We talked about it earlier, right? You can really flip a game if you have those opportunities where it's like, you know what, it is the right time to disengage here rather than do a suboptimal move that's going to get your ship shot.
And Dale has the lead right now, 29-0. And it's not that he's stalling. He's just picking his engagements correctly, which I think is great. And it is of note that if he loses half of his Kylo or half of his blackout, all of a sudden Brack would be then in the lead again. His SJE is the only one that if he loses half on that, it's still not as valuable as Midnight. So being wise with the pieces that he has, like seeing it. So Kylo going for a target lock on quick draw. So yep, I think that's what we're seeing as the target. Is the SGE and Kylo are going to try to strip some of those shields onto quick draw this turn. Midnight's still stressed, so going to have to disengage this turn as well. And Brack's Kylo's not going to have a shot. So it's going to be quick draw against the world here. And going forward, has a target lock on Blackout. Switching that to Kylo Ren. But not going to have that focus for defense. Last tile to be revealed here is Midnight's. And yep, a disengaged. Make sure you get rid of that stress. Midnight can easily flip around next turn to utilize Proud Tradition and Pattern Analyzer to get 2 actions. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a barrel behind this gas cloud or just a simple evade.
And shout out to Tadpole Lights 26. I see, sounds like they had their first child was born, which is amazing.
What?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
He said,
Congrats.
my wife's achievement. He sends amongst his wife's achievement.
I like that.
I
That's
mean,
great.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100% true.
Here we go. Quick draw.
I assume shooting into Kylo, since you got the lock there.
Yeah, make sure you use those mods. You brought them. Use them.
Yep. Hoping for 2 natty hits here, so he only has to reroll 1 dice. Although I can't imagine he'll spend the lock regardless.
Hey, there we
there's a
go.
hit crit.
FCS.
He should have shown Kylo the dark side.
Oh, hit crit.
Hello.
So looking for some blanks out there. All right,
Gets one.
it's gonna be taking 1. That's you got to
That's a
keep
start.
plinking away.
Kylo spends a force there. Takes the damage. I doubt he's going to show the dark side because he wants that other force for a mod. And as much as it hurts, I think you still shoot a quick draw here to get 2 shots to try to strip some shields because quick draw does not have a focus. It's just so scary for Kylo here because you could easily get half pointed. Yep, shooting a quick draw. It's the right choice. 3v2, range 2.
Here we go. And that's looking good. Hit crit. Just keep
Hit crit. He's
plinking
got a
away.
lock. He could spend that.
Does. Hit crit. There we go.
That is how you do it.
This is how you do it.
Let's see if quick draw can save any of his shields. Her shields? I don't know.
It's her, but it's all right. It's all right. No.
Oh,
What
down.
shields? None. All right, so here, this is always a rough situation when you lose all those shields, but Quick Draw is going to be able to retaliate with her ability. After you lose a shield, you can perform a bonus attack. Here we go. Got to make it worth it, though. Kylo has only 1 force. Can you at least maybe get half points on Kylo? Here we go.
That's a good start.
Fire control
system.
again. Value right now. Yeah, just hit crit.
That dice just kind of floated up.
Whee.
All right, hit crit. You could still get half points if Kylo blanks out here.
No, natties.
Natties, baby. All day.
Makes you feel better
Oof.
about the reroll, maybe?
That is a rough... Yeah, that's a rough go for Brack here. And then the SGE could easily kill quick draw here. Gotta focus. Quick draw could easily blank out. Two hits. All right. Quick draw will live. And gets one evade. Takes 1 damage. 2 health remaining. Yeah, so I'd say that round definitely went to Dale.
Oh, yeah.
Able to half-point quick draw there. I mean, you just picked up another 32 points. Comfortably in the lead at this point.
Yeah, being able to get
into a 61.
all 3 of quick draw shield plus a hull, pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now Brack is going to have to kill Blackout or Kylo to get the lead back.
So
or at least half them and then kill the SGE.
61-0.
Yep. Comfortable command for Dale here.
Now you just got to play. You got to play conservative. Got to play conservative now.
Yep, exactly. I mean, there's a half an hour left in this game, so a lot can happen. But Dale has done an amazing job and shown already that he can disengage very quickly and get out of trouble. That was a little dicey for his Kylo that round. If dice had swung the other way, Kylo could be the one dead or half-pointed. But yeah, I really like the flying choices that Dale has made this game. I'm sorry for questioning you, Dale. You put all 3 silencers across the board, and I was so confused as far as what you were planning on doing, and I didn't choose you as my champion.
Well, one of the things, right, the silencers, their biggest strength is their mobility, and being able to spread them out early gives you that opportunity to create these nets, these spots where you can come in and out of and have different vectors and approach. I think out of any of the ships, the silencer is the best to do that. Obviously, the TIE Interceptor moves the same way, but because these silencers are chunkier, they've got 6 health, you can take a little. You can be a little bit more risky. Put them out there just a little bit because you're not. It's like 1 damage. Like taking a shield isn't a huge deal versus something like an interceptor.
So, I think and to that point, I think there's a reason that they're 51 points that I won instead of 50.
Yep.
Because running 4 of them.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds just awful.
Oh my goodness. You know, I thought about having a day for League Night where we had everybody run illegal lists that are up to 5 points too expensive. You know,
Ooh.
it's like what ridiculous things could you create if you had 5 points over 205 points?
Yeah, I like that. I think that would be very telling to see if the meta or at least the point values are in a good spot.
Yep.
Because you want the threshold to be like that close.
Yep.
That if like you're 5 points over, that things are just busted. But without those 5 points, it's fairly evenly matched.
That's right. So here, people out there in the chat, what would you do if you had If you had a 205 point list, what are some degenerate things you could do?
What a great question. I'm excited to see what people come up with.
Yep.
But I mean, this is still a close game. I understand it's 61-0, but if Quick Draw is able to put some pain in, and did the 1 hard there. Really curious to see if Brax Kylo does like a 4K. Well. Oh, did he already move? Oh yeah, he did. Okay, sorry. Brax Kylo already did the 1 hard. So facing down that SJE with a target lock, which tells me Quick Draw might be slooping or just jumping over the top. I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
What is the plan?
Yeah, Dale might have been expecting Kylo to do something else or just said, hey, I'm going to disengage with Kylo this round. Now that I've taken a damage, get that force back, be in a good spot. Blackout's ready to start coming in for a flank. Don't know if Blackout will have a shot this round or not.
The barrel roll just gets
try to.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have range for sure.
That'll be outmaneuver, baby.
Outmaneuver, maybe. Yes.
Yep. So there's the red maneuver from
Might
quick
even
draw.
be obstructed, which would actually be beneficial for Blackout.
Yep. Unobstructed on quick draw, I think, because you're be able to choose if it's like, if the shot is parallel in multiple points, you can choose which point you want.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them have bumped, right?
I don't think so.
So it should. Let's find out.
So either, I mean, that's a kill shot on quick draw, is what it is.
It's a kill shot.
Kill shot.
If anybody's ever seen the
So
movie
quick draw
Date Night,
did
that's
the
what the
pattern
reference there is for.
analyzer target lock, and then because of proud tradition, is able to take a focus action.
Take a focus. So that's, we see Proud Tradition triggering there as opposed to the last time this loop happened, and I think Brack just missed it.
Yeah, and may have missed it or just may have realized, hey, this is going to be out of range of shots. There's no reason to focus. I mean, I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But he used it to great effect right there. So we'll see if he's able to make this SJE pay a little bit. So Midnight did the same thing. So did a sloop, pattern analyzer barrel roll, and is now going to get a focus as well. So super interesting combo of the Proud Tradition pattern analyzer getting 2 different actions. And still has a lock on someone. Oh my. On the SGE.
All on the SGE, yep. All on the Signer Jameis.
The SGE could be, I mean, it's got a lot of health.
That's right. Maybe gets to have half health here. So we got 2 dice from downtown, has a focus, and spend it for 2 hits onto the Signer Jameis.
Yep. And
I keep wanting to say Seamus.
well, he used green too.
Yeah.
So the Seamus has a focus token, but can't spend it because Midnight does have it locked.
Yep.
Still getting 4 dice though, so very easily could natty out of it. Looks like we're having some audio issues between the players, so a little bit of a delay. That's where pinging comes in.
Yep.
Just point at something and hit that tab key.
Tab, so good. 1 more dice. Right?
Yes, that was range 3. Yep, so should get 1 more dice. Yep, 1 more dice.
1 more dice. Johnny's got it. Johnny's on it.
Johnny's on top. Yep, range 3. Get the extra dice. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. You might have missed that in the log.
Yeah. Just double checking.
Didn't roll the extra dice. Yeah, he should roll 1 more dice.
Are we missing something? Is there like
It was range
structural damage or anything?
Nope, no structural damage. There's no outmaneuver. He needs to roll 1 more dice for that range 3. We'll get it sorted out. Maybe?
That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Nope. Don't blow by it. Or do.
Johnny, just jump in the voice chat with them.
Yeah, he needs to roll that before. Oh my gosh.
Yes, before resolving this.
Yep. Don't let him roll those 3. This is actually super important. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well. The players are like, yeah, we don't care. We're just gonna keep playing. It's all good. I mean,
just roll it separate. Just do the 1 die, and then you can just resolve what happened here.
Yep. Just take 1 green, roll it, If it's an evade, you have lost 1 shield net. There you go. Hey!
Okay, so this matters. This matters, right? So that means so that you end up with one shield down instead of 2.
Yep. It does matter for sure. Because now it'll be a lot harder for you to die from a Kylo shot if you blank out. So, yeah, that's a big deal. All right. So Kylo now, this SJE just does not want to die.
I refuse.
I refuse. They're chunky. All right. Kylo shot finally coming in. He's got a target lock.
Spend the Force. Do it.
I think you spend both Force. You have hate.
Yep. And I don't know.
It's tough.
I could see maybe why you're hesitant, but
yeah,
he's gonna target lock them both. Well, hands up with 3.
It's only 3. I mean, that's expected when spending that lock. And oof. Well,
takes 2.
You're gonna take half points either way.
2 or 3.
Do you just hang on to that focus to try to do some extra damage?
I think that's what he did.
Yep. Yeah, so he's got 2 health left on that, but I like that choice of just saying, you know what, I'll take that extra damage. I want to make sure that my shot hits a lot harder, especially if Blackout somehow isn't able to kill Quick Draw. You can have the follow-up shot with the SJE to kill Quick Draw, or if Quick Draw dies, then try to pump in some extra damage into Kylo. So I like that choice a lot. So yeah, Quick Draw, multiple choices, can choose obstructed or not.
Yep.
So yeah, shooting a Quick Draw. It's at range 3 though, obstructed. So outmaneuver, and the other that should be a net of -2. Is that what we decided?
I don't think it was obstructed.
Oh, okay. He chose I see. Okay.
Safe after spending the focus.
Yep.
So I mean that sets it up nicely for the Shinar Jamer. Should be able to just range 1 Quick Draw in the face.
Yep. And he's got that focus. As tempting as it is to shoot Kylo at range 1, because that rarely happens, you shoot a Quick Draw here.
That's why.
So
that's
4v2
one of the other reasons why I was surprised Brack didn't spend the Force. At least, well,
yeah,
it is what it is. Oh, the 4 hits.
That's a dead Quick Draw.
Dead. Rip.
That is a dead Quick Draw.
F's in the chat for Quick Draw, please. First death.
And now 3 bodies against 2 bodies, one of which is not your heavy hitter because Quick Draw was. Yeah, this is an uphill battle now for Brack with only 17 minutes left to go. He in essence has to half Blackout or Kylo and kill the SJE, or just straight up kill Kylo or Blackout, who are almost full health.
One of the things that really swings this game as well is the fact that Quick Draw's special attack, the bonus attack, didn't do any damage. That hurt so much. You bring Quick Draw for the ability. The first part that was bad was, of course, that it only went off once because you lost all 3 shields in one go. But then on top of that, not doing any damage with that shot, I mean, you basically wasted your points. It hurts.
Yep.
And you can see,
yes, Quick Draw is an I6. That's part of why you bring it. But yeah, if you're not able to use that ability to any effect and only once, oh man.
Yep.
That is points lost, as you were saying, and Dale has taken advantage of that. And now, I mean, yes, Midnight is technically the top ace on the field, but is hurting. So Kylo and Blackout will be able to really bully Brack's Kylo, especially now with Blackout kind of on the flank of Purple Kylo.
So sad, so sad. And the investment that Brack put into Quick Draw as well, 64 points.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's not worth as much as Dale's Blackout or Kylo, which is just crazy. to think about. That's you can get quick draw out with that many things, and it's still not as much as just a naked Kylo. Oh, great 4K there. Love that. Yeah, I mean, I'm regretting my bet.
It sounds like you're heading to 1 and 2, Paul.
I might be heading to 1 and 2. Oh boy. I should have known better. But I saw those 2 I6s and I was like, well, they could initiative kill some things, and I think if Brack kills Blackout, then it's a totally different game. But Dale's done a really good job of disengaging when he's needed to make sure none of his aces were in trouble.
Yep, just the cycle is what I like to call it. When you just, you bring somebody in, you make a pass, you come back out, you bring somebody else in, because then you're forcing your opponent to, if you're doing this cycle and they're all facing in a single direction, you're forcing them to either K-turn, so now they don't have mods, or they're chasing something that maybe can no longer get shot. You end up being out of range and taking shots from the back.
Oof. So Kylo failed a boost onto that gas cloud, took a stress, and now Blackout. All right, so now you could do the barrel roll boost, right? And get the outmaneuver trigger?
Yes.
Far enough back now?
You're far enough back now. You go as far back as possible to the left. Try again.
Oh no, he deleted his dial. That's the second time he's done it too.
Wrecked.
So he's gonna have to spawn another one. Oh boy. Please hold.
He's only got 1 left. Watch out.
That's really funny. This is why you need 3 copies of your list. You require all players to have 2. You don't think you need 3. Yeah, and there's the barrel boost. Good. He's got him an arc. I wasn't wrong again. So outmaneuver is going to trigger. Oh, that's going to hurt. I don't know if Brock's can even have a shot. Great talon roll from Kylo there.
I don't think so. And there is Midnight trying to get a shot here onto Blackout, right?
Yeah, I think Midnight's got arc. Yeah, easy. Yep. Got arc, takes the lock. On to Blackout. Kylo's probably going to be taking shots from the SJE and the outmaneuver. Brack desperately trying to punch in damage.
And 1 hit at a time, though. That's...
Yeah, it's not enough.
The quick draw is the punch that you brought. Unfortunately, her punch missed. And that's the problem.
Yep. So spent the lock, it looks like.
Hit crit. I mean, Blackout doesn't have any mods, so...
Yep, makes sense. And...
Hey,
okay.
you get a crit.
Clink, 1 damage.
1 away from half now.
Flipping the cards just for fun. Yep, 1 away from half. So that is good. That's something. Brack needs to... If Brack can not take any more damage, or not get half-pointed, rather, on Kylo, and keep Midnight alive somehow, and is somehow able to half-point Blackout and half-point Kylo, that's the win condition. There's still enough time.
2 hits. Coming from Kylo in the Midnight.
Yep. Range 2. Oh, is that too many dice?
It's obstructed.
Obstructed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, you're
That's
right.
All right.
So safe. We've had a few issues, so I'm extra sensitive right now to extra dice or less dice being rolled.
It's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, you take the juicy range 1 shot. Yeah. I don't know. That's tempting to shoot at Midnight though. Just to get a body off the board.
4 on 2 because of outmaneuver.
Yeah, that's why. Never mind.
Hit crit.
It's pretty good. For no mods, that's an average roll right there. Got it. 1 of everything. Hit, crit, focus, blank.
1 blank makes it set. Oh,
Easy.
got
Easy. Natties, baby.
I mean, it is a real strategy.
Just roll better. And Kylo didn't even have to spend any force for that roll. Gross. SJE to Kylo. No mods.
Kylo has not been punished yet.
Hit crit?
That's hit crit there.
3 dice for Kylo.
Still has 2 force available. Taking a crit.
Ooh.
That's another or is
Just
that
one shield.
first
So it
damage
still has
over
one
there?
shield left.
Okay.
Yep. First damage. But that that's what you need to do. You're probably not going to just one-shot a Kylo just because of how many mods you've got. Like, you have to start chipping away at it. And unfortunately for Brack, Kylo is stressed and doesn't have a way to really get back into this fight easily this next round. And we've probably only got 2 rounds left with 8.5 minutes.
Agreed.
He decides to show the dark side. Interesting choice.
I'll show
I
you
guess,
the
why
dark
not?
side. He hasn't spent the force
Because you're
yet.
going to
It's
regen
free.
the force. Yeah. Sure.
Anakin's twin, good night. Would you like me to read you a bedtime story during the break?
So, if you're midnight here, do you do a 2 sloop and hope it doesn't get blocked so that you get your double action? Or do you do like a 2 hard? I mean, man, Midnight's, there's so many things Midnight could do, and they could all be super bad or brilliant.
So people are asking me to read a bedtime story.
Me read a bedtime story?
No, they're asking me to read a bedtime story to them.
Oh, yeah.
During the break.
Do it.
They gotta earn it.
It's a great idea. I hear Goodnight Moon's a good choice.
I have Good Night Moon.
And you should change it to be Goodnight, That's No.
Wait, Good Night what? Sorry, you cut out there.
Goodnight, That's No Moon.
Good night.
Just change it to Star Wars references the entire time.
I'm super in.
I'm not saying it's easy, but that sounds entertaining to me. All right, SGE, clearing some stress. I think I keep saying SGE, SJE, SJ. I don't know. Moves forward, takes a focus.
Here we go.
Purple Kylo. Doing a 2 hard. All right. I don't think the boost barrel gets the engineer in arc, but I've been wrong before.
It's all right.
Barreling out and probably boosting in then. Yeah. Not going to have a shot, but setting up the next round. Next round will most likely be the last round with 6 minutes and change left. Blackout saying, I'm out. Bye. I don't like what's happening. I don't want to get half pointed. Take a lock on Midnight. Oh, I really hope Midnight did a 2 sloop here. That would have just been sick.
Do it.
Kylo, clearing stress to the 2 hard. I think you barrel roll? Taking a lock and then barrel roll? He's chosen his target. Yep. Oh, now do the 2 sloop the other way. Do it. Do it. Yes! Oh, what a great move.
Oh.
And you get 2 actions here. Take a target lock on Kylo, because you don't want to die. And then focus. And then clinch.
Here we go. Let's assign the target lock here for Midnight.
I mean, if Midnight's able to get half damage on Kylo here, and then you kill the SGE, I think that's enough
Never
to take back the lead.
Never stop stopping.
Yeah, here's a range 1 shot into Kylo. This could hurt.
And does have a focus. Fully modified.
Yep. Probably not wanting to spend that lock so that Kylo can't spend any force.
For sure. You're right. You're right. But if you're forced to.
I think you spend the focus here. Hang on.
Focus. Hold on. Yep.
Don't re-roll it. Kylo is a double-modded shot on you.
You can feel the temptation. You can feel it. Don't do it. There you go. Yeah, and
there you go.
Leave it.
There you go. Good man. Hey, this could get a crit through.
It
that's
does.
1 shield.
It's a shield.
1 shield.
Okay.
Okay, but that sets up Kylo for 1 more plink for half damage.
Yep. Got to keep setting yourself up for success. And here is Kylo Ren, most likely back at Midnight, range 1, 4 on 3. Can't modify any of his dice, though.
Has to survive this shot. That's what you want. Can't spend the target lock, can't spend the force. 1 hit. So Midnight will at least survive this shot. Yeah, taking the damage, which kind of stinks, but you're still alive. Oh, not the whole damage deck. Then you're dead. But can Midnight survive the engineer shot? That is the question. Range 2. 3 against 3. This is kind of to seal the game here. Midnight dies. I don't think there's any way to get it. Okay. Only 2 paint. So hit crit. Gotta have 2 squiggles for Midnight. Do we believe?
Do you believe in miracles?
Got it! Let's
squiggly, wiggly, baby. There we go.
At this point, I don't even care about my choose your champion. I mostly just want a really exciting game at the end. It's coming down to the wire.
It is. So this is going to be our last turn. 1 more turn left.
Yeah. I mean, Brack can still win this. If Brack is able to... I'm trying to think points-wise. I think he has to half Blackout and Kylo, or kill Blackout and Kylo. Kill Blackout or Kylo, rather. Yeah, because killing the SJE and getting half on one of the others doesn't do it. I don't think. Because that's 25 plus 30. Math. Yeah. So he's going to have to kill Blackout or kill Kylo. Most likely try to kill Kylo, I guess. But Kylo's squirrely enough, he'll just dodge. So yeah, barring Dale doing something very, very unexpected, I think Dale pretty much has this wrapped up. If he just runs this round, I think he's got it.
Yep, just gotta play conservative. There's no reason to be crazy unless Dale, you know, you never know. Sometimes people are like, you know what, I choose violence, and they just go for it. You know, it happens.
Yeah, it does. It does. If I'm Dale here, I think I 5 straight with Kylo and just get out of dodge. I'm out. And do the same with Blackout. Probably do the same thing with the SJE. Like, you've won the game. Just run.
Now, I do want to remind you guys that at the end of this round, we did hit 100, so I know we have another stretch goal that we're going to be giving away. Yes, we are at 100 subs. So
let's go.
57.14% of our total goal. Working up to that Adepticon exclusive, non-Adepticon, because the Adepticon didn't happen, that Silver Naboo Starfighter fresh in the package. Only requirement,
yum.
only requirement for the winner is that you have to play with it. You're not allowed to sell it. If you're gonna sell it, I'm not gonna give it to you. Okay? I'm serious. I'm 100.
That's legit.
Yep. I'm gonna sign the back in gold Sharpie and write "not for sale." Okay?
I like it. And we'll know, guys. We'll know.
Oh, we'll know.
We have a network everywhere.
We're watching.
That sounded so ominous. I'm sorry. So Kylo taking a focus here and then boosting in. Taking a stress for the boost. Yep, and then this is where other Kylo just says, I'm gonna arc dodge you. Thank you very much.
Yep. They're saying, "Oh, you're gonna sign it."
Oh, the boost didn't fit.
Oh no!
Why didn't you do the boost away? He boosted towards Kylo.
He got greedy. Greed.
Oh no!
Greed. This is the way of the dark side.
Oh well, I mean, this Kylo could easily die this round now. This is a toss-up right now. Because the SGE tried to do a 4K, got blocked, so isn't gonna be able to shoot. Oh my word! Can Brack grab victory out of the jaws of defeat?
Do it, Brack. Use the force.
I mean, if Midnight does it too hard towards Blackout, halves Blackout, and Brack's Kylo halves the other Kylo,
oh my,
or just kills Kylo, okay, sure. Oh my word. Already has a lock.
This game could flip right here.
Oh my goodness.
All you need is Kylo, and you got 2 shots. Right, this is...
Here's what's really sad. If Dale boosts away, he wins this game.
Yeah.
And he tried to boost towards oh man,
he got greedy.
Okay, well, here you go. This is an exciting finish. 3v3. Probably doesn't want to spend the lock if he can avoid it, but what's the math on this? I think you just spend the focus.
Just the focus. Get
just
2.
The focus.
Yep.
Just the focus. So now Kylo rolls, and
he's taken 2. He's down to 2
points.
Whole.
Oh my gosh!
Brack's Kylo has got to do it here. You push through 2 damage and wins the game right now.
Well, as long as his Kylo doesn't get half pointed in the process.
Truth, but he has a focus and 2 force. That's the difference there.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying that we have 2 rolls right now that could like back and forth this. I remember watching a game with Ollie that like the last 3 rolls of the game were like, oh my gosh, Ollie wins. Oh my gosh, Ollie loses. Ollie wins. Like, it was nuts. This is what's happening here. This is great. Ugh. What a finish here, regardless of what happens. So Kylo, I assume range 1 into Kylo. I don't know. I hope he knows what his win condition is.
I hope so too.
The fact that he's looking
elsewhere.
Concerning. I don't think he knows. Yeah, okay, there's the 4th dice.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Here it is. 4
Here
dice. Kylo on Kylo
get at
violence.
least 2 paint.
Oh.
That's enough.
Spend the force, not the focus. The force.
Focus. The force, you're right. Yes, should have spent.
No, we should have spent the force.
Should have spent the force.
Oh.
Should have spent the force. Oh no. Oh no.
Takes 1. I guess it's not going to end up mattering.
The dice know. They know what you did.
That's right. You see, wrong decision. Other player gets luck.
That's right. Well, that's the game. But man, that was exciting to come down to that.
Yep. So thank you so much to Dale and Brack. We'll see if Dale can just get some final points here before we leave them and head to our break. We're going to do our giveaways, of course, first. And probably not. I mean, spend the force for 2.
Yeah. And then if Kylo blanks out, then he gets half points. But if he rolls any type of paint. then the score is as is. That's not a terrible MOV loss for Brack.
And safe. All right. Well, congratulations to Dale, 93-64.